What's up, guys? Careful here, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys how I fire tank and how I would recommend you guys try and fire tank, and hopefully you guys like it. And if it works for me, it'll hopefully work for you guys. So, guys, the first tip to fire tanking is to make sure you get blues. For those of you guys that don't know what those are immunities that you get from somebody that's block breaking you, and you'll know that they're block breaking you, or you can get an interruption whenever they have a little precision sign, like a little scope thing above their head. You guys can see that some of these people in the background have that. Like whenever he just block broke me, he had that above his head. He had the precision thing. Or you block break when someone's blocking. So that's a blue for you guys. And you're gonna want to make sure you get those as much as you can, because when you get a blue, you don't take damage for a short period of time, like a really short period of time. But that short period of time that you're not taking damage, that could be the difference maker between life or death. So you're gonna want to make sure you take as little damage as you can, obviously. And you're gonna want to make sure that you watch around for people block breaking you, because whenever you're being ganked, for an instance, so you're gonna be you're in a ring, and there's people all around you, and you're in the middle of the ring, and the ring is the people, and there's people on the outside of that ring that are going to be block breaking you. So whenever you're being punched by a bunch of people, you're going to want to make sure that you press R1 every now and then, so that way you can get a blue, because there's always going to be somebody meleeing you. But you have to watch out though, because there's always, every time, going to be somebody in the background block breaking you, or in the air. That's what a bunch of people do, is they go in the air and they block break you, and you don't want that, because what if they're, if they're in PvE gear, you might as well just fucking drop your controller, because they cheat. It's like cheating in PvP, because they can one shot and hit you so hard that it's yeah, they can kill you like that. And as a fire tank, that's not what you want to happen. You want to go for as long as you can, and make sure that you get those blues. Like this guy, he was just block breaking me in the background, and then I came up here to him, and now he's engaging in melee combat. And Jai back there thought that I was gonna lunge him, and that almost led to his death. And so you want to make sure you get as many blues as you can, guys. That's really that's probably the biggest thing that you're gonna want to make sure you do. On to the next thing. You're gonna want to get your trinkets set up right. I recommend using I use the Death Blossom, but you don't have to use the Death Blossom. You could use you could use Baby Boo. And Baby Boo is any of the boos. You can use any of the boos, and when you use any of the boos, they'll give you a shield plus a buff. The Baby Boo gives you a might buff. I don't remember what the other ones do, but I know Baby Boo gives you a might buff. But I use Death Blossom because it's it heals nearby allies too, plus me, and that you want to be healed all the time. So the more heals, the better. And then I use the sidekick, the upgraded sidekick, because it I'm not sure. I think it gives you power, but I know it gives like massive heals. Like depending on how low your health is, you could get. I've gotten up to like a 52k heal, I believe. That's what I seen. The 52k heals, 38k heals. I think there's big heals in this video too, and that's a huge lifesaver. And why not have it? And it adds a shield around you. Sometimes it will every time, at least once, but I'm not sure if it does it any more than once. But it puts a shield around you, and obviously when you have a shield on, you're not taking damage temporarily, and so you're gonna want to have those. So always obviously carry a supply drop, an upgraded supply drop for you to gain health. You're gonna get, obviously you're gonna get buffs off of that, but it's really for health and power. For fire tanking, you're gonna want the health and power. And then onto the breakout trinket. The breakout trinket's for when you have, you're on the ground being stunned. You're on the ground being stunned super hard, and you can't do nothing because you're out of power. So you use the breakout trinket for that. You use the breakout trinket to stand right up on your feet, and then you have an immunity, not a blue, an immunity. And yeah, so you're on your feet again, and you can get back to getting blues. And yeah, for mods, guys, you're gonna want to spec. What I spec'd into was restoration, just straight restoration. Restoration 6 expert, and obviously if you get the 7s, your restoration is going to be a little bit higher. But I mean, obviously the more resto the better. The more resto the better. Yeah, so you're gonna want to make sure you get those in. But there's alternative ways you could spec, guys, and you could spec probably restoration and power on the left side, and then straight restoration on the right side. Or you could go restoration and power on the left side and restoration and health on the right side. I haven't thought about that combination until just now. But I went straight resto, guys, because I get a bunch of blues when I'm fire tanking. And yeah, so that's really good. Those are the mod recommendations I would go by. And on to the colas, guys. Obviously you guys probably know about the cola deal. You know, the extremes are like the best colas in the game, and you're gonna want to make sure you have those on deck all the time, especially whenever you go into the open world and you're getting ganked super hard. You're gonna want to use colas, but don't use them just at first. I would recommend using them as the last resort deal, because they give you so much health and so much power. It fills pretty much both bars, and you know, that's what you want. And they have a decently quick cooldown too, so you could probably use I don't know, but you guys will see that when I'm almost gonna die that I use one. And another super important factor in fire tanking is skill points, guys. Skill points matter. I would recommend being at like a 150, 160 skill points if you plan on fire tanking and being really successful with it. I wouldn't recommend fire tanking with you know, like 120, 110 skill points, or anything under 100 for sure. But I wouldn't recommend it being much lower than that, guys, because it gets hard. So yeah, guys, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and be back with you guys shortly with another video. What you thought of me while I clean this